friends, and welcome to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video I am going to be putting together my first project using the newest feature craft release called Embrace the Mess. So this spread was totally inspired by these little vellum ephemera pieces. So these are like bubbles and like shiny sparkly like clean sparkles. And it just made me think of my kids and their bath time. So what I decided to do was to go online and find a PNG file of a bathtub, to cut that out with my silhouette, and I am going to, so here it is. It's really probably hard to see. Let me see if I can grab this here. Okay, so you can kind of see it here. I cut this out using like a lighter blue type of color. I'm going to back it with white, and then this is going to go on a background. I loved this pattern card right here. It made me think of bathroom tiles. So what I did is I added that to the bottom, and you can kind of see a color difference because this I printed off with the digitals, but I added that to the bottom, so that's going to act like the floor. And then I added a stamp set at the top that says today look like this. Printed off some journaling in addition to a couple of pictures of my kids taking a bath. These are going to go on the backs of the photos and stuff, so they're all going to be like fun and lots of fun. And then that's pretty much it. So it's all about kids and bath time and all that goodies, and these I'm going to throw on there. So that's what I have planned for today. Now, before I get started putting this all together, I will take you guys over to the computer so I can show you how I created my cut file and how I created this background element right here. I believe I also altered this journaling card as well. So I will show you all of those pieces over on the computer, and then we'll come back over here and I will get this thing assembled. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, so over here on Photoshop Creative Cloud, I have pulled up sort of the end result of what this page is going to look like once we get all of these digital elements created. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys what I did here is this background paper. So I first created a new canvas that is sized at 6.875 by 8.25 inches. So that is going to be outside of the page protector. Now I decided to do that because one of the cards, the photos are going to be permanently placed where they are at, but this journaling card behind will be interactive. So since that is something that will slide in and out, it needs to be outside of the page protector so we can actually get to it. So then, once I had that canvas created, the next thing I did was I opened up this 4x6 journaling card. It's just like a pattern paper. This is the one that to me just reminded me of like tile in a bathroom. So I selected all of it, copied it, and then I'm going to paste it over onto my canvas. From here, I just want to move it down to the bottom, wherever, you know, it seems good to me. And then I'm going to paste another one, and we're going to put it right next to each other at the bottom there. That looks pretty good. Gosh, I don't even know what did I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. So they might need to go a little bit more down. So we've got, yeah, probably to right there. Okay. So then once we have this how we want it, we can go ahead and merge those layers together. So let's do that. So now this is my background with the tile there on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that. So next what I did is I took this stamp PNG that says today looked like this. Again, I just selected it all, copied it, and pasted it, put it over onto my canvas here, kind of, you know, finagled it however I wanted to, and then I'm going to transform it, Control T, so I can go ahead and make it bigger, like more of a title. So this I will actually probably print on some other kind of paper. I'm not sure. I might even just print it directly on the cardstock and just let it be part of the background. We'll see. I'm not totally sure yet, but that's okay. So we're just going to leave it like this. Okay, so the next thing that I did is I went on Google and I searched for bathtub PNGs. And the one that I found that I liked the best was this one right here. So I want to turn this into a cut file, but in order to do that, I want to take away some portions of it. So I grabbed my magic wand over here. I'm going to click on the different areas that I actually don't want, and I'm just going to delete them. So we're going to delete the duck here. And then what happens if I try to click on that, it's going to select the whole thing. So instead, I'm just going to erase it. So we will go to the eraser tool, and we need to zoom in actually. So let's zoom way in, grab the eraser tool, and then I just want to get right next to that bathtub section. We'll do that. Let's move over so we can keep on erasing. Didn't quite get all of that duck in there. Okay, now we're good. And then we're going to go right next to that bathtub again. Okay, so now if I zoom out or fit this on the screen, actually let's go more than that. Now I just have the bathtub. So what I want to do is save it as, you know, a bathtub PNG or whatever. And then let me open up the one I've got here, just like this. So then what I can do is copy it, and we're going to paste it over on our canvas over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it. So I want this to fill up almost the entire page here. So let's say like that. And then we'll move it up to the top so that it looks like it is standing on some tile ground. And then this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it out with my Silhouette, which let's just go over to Silhouette and I'll show you the cut file really quick. So in Silhouette, my Silhouette program, I'm going to open up that exact same PNG. I want to expand it, and remember we want it to be probably like maybe 6, this is probably fine. So it's 6.352. So it's a little bit less than 6.5 inches, which I think that will be good. And then once we have it as big as we want it, we're going to go to our trace tool, select our trace area, and draw a box around the bathtub. Now you see here that nothing has happened. So over on the menu here, the trace menu, I want to go to threshold, and I want to put this up until I get the lines, but not all of the fill. So this looks pretty good. And then I want to hit trace. I can delete the original file, and now if I zoom in, you will see that bathtub the bathtub cut file is ready to go. So I am going to cut this out. Probably, I'm thinking I might cut it out with gray cardstock and then back it with white, so that we can see the edges. That's kind of what I'm thinking, like a light gray and then back it with white. Okay, so that's what this is going to be. So then I'm going to add some adhesive almost on all of it, except not in this middle section. So when I add my photos in, let's grab my photos and the journaling card, which let me show you, not that. Let me show you how I made the journaling card as well. But while we're on it, let me just show you that these photos are going to go behind the bathtub. I will probably angle them a little bit. So there's the one of my son, and then we've got one of my daughter, and we'll also angle that a little bit, you know, so they're in there. That's probably good there. And that one will be good there. And then let's actually move these behind the bathtub, so we'll see. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be the two pictures. And then behind the pictures, so these I will adhere down on the edges and on the bottom so that a card can slip in behind them. So what I did for the card, let's get rid of these photos actually. So for the card, I used this digital card, except I wanted there to be more white space so I could actually add journaling. So I just grabbed my marquee tool, and I'm going to select from about the 2-inch mark down to the bottom, and then I'm going to right click and layer via cut. Then I can come over to my window over here, unlock the background layer, and delete it. So now I'm just left with this bottom piece that I cut out. So I'm going to move that up to the top like so. And then I want to grab my white color and I want to paint in the background. But you see here that there is a line. So I want to then go to my paintbrush. I'm actually going to grab the edge too. Right here. That looks good, and over. So that is going to be my journaling card. Then I could just grab my text tool and add in the journaling for this page. Oh, let's make sure we're on black for text. Okay, there we go. So this ends up being my journaling card, which is right here. So with this, what I did, so this I will print out separately, but just to show you guys what this is going to do, I can copy it, put it over on my canvas here, and then this one is actually going to go behind the photos. So you can kind of see it peeking out, and what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to just lift it out, read the journaling, and put it back in. So that is pretty much the concept for this spread. So what I'm going to do is print out my photos on photo paper. I will print out my journaling card on just white cardstock, same with the background, and then the bathtub, I am going to create the cut file, use Silhouette to cut that out, and then we will get it backed and use it kind of like a pocket. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I will meet you guys back over at the craft table to go ahead and put this spread together. Okay, so we are back at the craft table and ready to get this thing assembled. So the first thing I'm going to do here is work on getting this cut file backed. The nice thing is that since the whole thing will be backed with white, it's really easy to do. So you just glue it down and cut out around the cut file there. If you guys do something like this, I will suggest on a cut file like this to go ahead and make those lines a little bit thicker. I wish I had done that. It would have made this just a little bit easier, and you can see that the lines warped a little bit, so I had to try my best to make them as straight as possible, but it all worked out in the end. So I take this aside and go ahead and cut the whole thing out and skip over that so you guys don't have to see it. And then I am going to position everything on my page so I can figure out exactly where to adhere everything down. So I'm going to put in those pictures and put in the back card piece so I can figure out on the pictures where I want them to adhere down. I decided early on that I wanted to make those pictures permanent and not have them pull out, mostly because I didn't really have anything to put on the back of them, but also, I just wanted it to appear like the kids were taking a bath in this bath sort of deal. So I am going to pull out the pictures and add adhesive to the full side that's angled away from the card, and then a little bit on the top corner and a little bit on the bottom corner. Now my roller adhesive here is super finicky. I actually so the refills are fine, but the actual contraption that it clicks into in order to work, I think is broken. So I went ahead and today, actually, I just tossed it in the garbage, the contraption part, and I had a spare one, luckily. So I didn't even realize I had a spare one. Otherwise, I would have done that a lot sooner because it is annoying to have to constantly fix the adhesive there. But anyway, so I do have to constantly pull it aside in order to fix it. So I adhere down this one next, and then once I have those two photos positioned the right way, I'm going to take away the bathtub and add adhesive on the corner of the photo of my son that is covering the photo of my daughter. That way everything is just down fully. Now the other nice thing about this is I originally thought that I was going to have to turn the bathtub itself into a pocket. Since the photos are what's acting as a pocket in this case, I can just go ahead and adhere down the bathtub in its entirety. And that is going to make this really super easy. Once I have that done, I will go ahead and adhere the cards back to back. So this one I did decide to have backed with one of the journaling cards from the kit. That way when you pull it out, the whole thing is finished. Something with having cards that come out, for me personally, I just like them to have something on the back of them to make them feel finished and to make it, honestly, it's an extra area to add some embellishment or some journaling. Like if I had more journaling, I could have made it double-sided, but I really didn't. So this works out just fine. So I'm going to adhere that down, and see, I pulled out my score tape there because I just couldn't stand that my roller adhesive was giving me such trouble. So that came out of the craft supplies there. or my toolkit. So one of the things I had decided to do when I pulled over all my ephemera pieces was to use that circle punch as a pull tab on my journaling. So the cool thing is in between the two photos, when I add the little circle in there, you'll be able to see the bottle of soap, and it felt right. Plus, there are 4 of those yellow like sparkles. And so having the yellow circle gave me a 5th element in that color and just made the whole thing feel a little bit more cohesive. Sorry, you guys. That was Erin just coming up from upstairs or from the basement, and the door is super squeaky. Obviously, we need to put some oil on those hinges. Anyway, so the last thing I'm doing here on this spread is arranging these bubbles and the sparkles, and then I need to get them all adhered down. So since these embellishments are vellum, I am going to use my Xyron machine to turn them into stickers. So what's really nice about the Xyron machine is it applies adhesive equally to the back of the entire vellum element. So when it is adhered down, you can't tell that there's adhesive behind it. It's one of my favorite tools to use when it comes to vellum pieces like this. So I'm just going to add those in there, pull the sticker portion out, and then all you have to do is press down on the plastic part that will adhere or will add the adhesive to the back, and then pull it off and use them just like a sticker. I do use my tweezers when I add them on there though, because the sticker portion will pick up a fingerprint, so I try not to touch them with my fingers. So pretty much that's it. So I got everything adhered down. There's the little pull tab. And then we're going to go ahead and get you guys slowed back down so we can close out of the spread for today. Oh, you know what? I always forget to check off those check marks. So I'm glad I remembered to do that. All right, you guys, that finishes this spread for today. I love it. It's so cute. I like how all these little bubbles interacted here. And then you just pull out the journaling card behind it that talks about the kids and how much they love taking baths. I just added the card to the back so that there's a little bit of decoration there as well. And then I used that piece of ephemera there kind of as a pull tab. So then it just slides right back in behind those photos. Just some hidden journaling and super cute. This came out really cute. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're there. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing how I could use this kit to create a project that's maybe not totally about cleaning, but something very much related, and maybe get inspired to get creative in that way. If you guys are interested in picking up this kit, I do recommend heading over to the Feed Your Craft shop as soon as possible, because the kits do tend to sell out really quickly. And since it's not a subscription service, it is very much first come, first serve. Yep, so that is going to be it for me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye now.